Although Ghana is maturing democratically, it is evident that the voting public is often not too clear with the voting process. For some years now, rejected ballots had constituted a chunk of the votes cast in Ghana's elections. During the 2016 election, 166,248 of the 10,781,609, representing 1.35%, were rejected. In 2008, the whopping 251,720, representing 2.3% of total votes cast, ended up being rejected, while in 2008, the percentage was even higher, constituting 2.4%.
Rejected ballots are those that entered the ballot box, but then when they opened it, they found that there was something wrong with it. Thus, it was not properly thumb-printed, or you thumb-printed for more than one person. And for that matter, they can't give that ballot to one person, so to be declared rejected.
Some political scientists have blamed the situation on lack of funds to extensively educate the voting public. But that's not all. The entrenched positions taken by some polling agents when there was a little mistake on a ballot paper is also a major factor. Others also attribute the phenomenon to lack of caution or anxiety that may lead a voter's thumbprint to stray a little over the intended portion being thumbprinted. In many cases too, while folding the ballot paper or putting it into the ballot box, some voters mistakenly soil the paper, or even sometimes the ink seeps through, rendering the ballot invalid. The number of rejected ballots recorded in the 2020 presidential race was 313,397, representing 2.333% of total votes cast, with that at Chima South constituency. Hypothetically, the rejected ballot party placed third in the 2020 presidential race ahead of GUM, CPP, GFP, GCPP, APC, LPG, PNC, PPP, NDP and independent candidate Mr. Alfred Walker. Prior to the 2020 polls, the National Commission for Civic Education (NCCE) advised all eligible voters in December's national exercise to be diligent in the process of casting their votes to reduce the growing phenomenon of rejected ballots.
It has had great impact because for about 2 or 3 consecutive times we have the rejected ballots having more than even the third candidate, so to speak. So that do not augur well for us, because if that ballots were counted for a candidate, the person would have moved somewhere. It is very disturbing for you to go queue and then when you vote your ballot is rejected, then it means you have not been part of the decision-making process.
As part of measures to help reduce the number of rejected ballots in the just ended general election, the Electoral Commission increased the size of the black border line separating the portion where the thumbprint should go on the ballot paper. In the 2016 general election, the EC introduced a similar measure, but in 2020 it was a further improvement in the design of the ballot paper. In spite of Ghana's globally acclaimed democratic credentials, the issue of rejected ballots during the election still remains a hurdle yet to be surmounted. The 2020 polls may be over, but to many political scientists it presents several measures that must be put in place to reduce the phenomenon in a manner that will ensure that the will of the people are clearly expressed and known after the conduct of election. For GBC News, Shelley Bewa reporting.
5, 6, 7, 8.